Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share some thoughts about this idea because I believe routines are the quiet architects behind the lives of successful people. You see, success isn't an event, it's a habit. And routines? They're the bricks we lay each day to build that success, one deliberate step at a time. Success is the result of daily intentional actions. It's easy to be inspired by big achievements and large goals, yet those lofty milestones are the sum of smaller steps taken day by day. The journey to any level of success is paved not with grand gestures, but with small, intentional efforts repeated consistently. Every day we have the choice to invest a little time and energy toward our goals, or to let the day slip by. Those who understand the power of daily, purposeful action are often those who reach the heights they aim for. They don't wait for the right moment, they build routines and make intentional choices, each day adding one more brick to the wall of their success. The power of intentional action lies in its focus. When you wake up each day with a purpose, you eliminate unnecessary distractions and direct your energy toward activities that genuinely serve you. This doesn't mean grand plans or big moves. It can mean something as small as dedicating 10 minutes to reading a book that enhances your knowledge, practicing a skill for a short period, or setting aside time to reflect on your goals. Every small step repeated day after day builds a pattern, and over time these patterns become habits, and these habits become the foundation of your success. It's this quiet, steady accumulation of effort that allows people to reach even the most ambitious goals. Success through daily action also requires resilience. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when energy is low or motivation wavers. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't often comes down to consistency on those days. Choosing to push forward even with small actions builds not just progress but a deeper sense of discipline. It reminds us that success is not about feeling motivated all the time, but about showing up, especially on those days when it's most difficult. Successful people understand that showing up is half the battle. They stick to their routines, knowing that these actions, even if seemingly minor in the moment, add up to something profound over time. Intentionality is key because it connects each action to a larger purpose. Without intention, routines can become mechanical, and even the best laid plans can lose their effectiveness. It's one thing to exercise every day, but it's another to exercise with the clear goal of improving one's health, increasing stamina, or boosting confidence. When you know why you're doing what you're doing, every action becomes a meaningful step in a larger journey. This sense of purpose is what keeps people moving forward, even on days when progress seems slow. It reminds them of the bigger picture, that each small action is a piece of something much larger, much more meaningful. And while success requires persistence, it also requires adaptability. Daily intentional actions allow you to measure your progress and adjust as needed. Each day we can take stock, ask ourselves what worked, what didn't, and what changes might be necessary. And this willingness to reflect and adjust is itself an intentional action, one that ensures you're not just working hard, but working smart. Success isn't about a rigid formula, it's about staying engaged and being willing to make changes as you learn more about yourself and the path you're on. Each day offers a chance to make those adjustments to align your actions with your goals. Ultimately, the journey to success is about building habits that align with the life you want to create. It's the culmination of countless small choices made consistently with intention and purpose. Daily intentional actions turn dreams into achievable goals, they turn plans into progress, and they turn ideas into realities. It's not about intensity or perfection, it's about consistency. With each purposeful step, you build a life that's directed, grounded, and one step closer to the success you envision. Discipline is often thought of as willpower, but true discipline is less about forcing oneself to do something and more about setting up routines that make action easier, almost automatic. Successful people understand these routines are the scaffolding on which discipline is built, helping to create stability and consistency in a world filled with distractions and shifting priorities. When you create a routine, you're designing a structure that encourages progress without requiring constant decision-making or motivation. Instead of debating every day whether to work on your goals, a solid routine simplifies the process by making certain actions part of your everyday life. Routines become powerful because they harness the natural human tendency toward habit formation. Once a positive action becomes part of your routine, It no longer requires the same level of mental effort to complete. Whether it's setting aside time to read, work out, plan, or practice a skill, the routine itself starts to eliminate the friction between you and your goals. Over time, you don't even need to think about it. The discipline is embedded in the routine, and you simply follow through. What's more, a strong routine minimizes decision fatigue, that feeling of exhaustion from making choices all day. When you have a structure that you can rely on, you're free to focus your mental energy on other critical areas such as creativity, strategy, or deeper thinking. The routine takes care of the fundamentals, setting the foundation for a successful day before it even begins. This way, you're more resilient to unexpected challenges because you have a core set of practices in place that ground you, keeping you steady regardless of what comes your way. Having a routine is also a powerful way to build momentum. By committing to simple, consistent actions, you're creating a snowball effect. Over time, those small actions add up, becoming a cumulative force that pushes you closer to your goals. This momentum creates a sense of accomplishment and feeds your confidence. Each completed action within your routine is a small victory that reinforces your belief in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals. These daily wins are the bricks that build the foundation of long-term success, giving you the resilience and determination to keep going. A strong routine doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the best routines are often the simplest. They're sustainable, manageable, and adaptable. They're designed to support your life, not dominate it. When you start small and build upon each element over time, the routine feels natural and becomes something you look forward to rather than dread. It becomes the foundation of your discipline, guiding you toward your goals and keeping you aligned with the person you want to become. In the end, a strong routine is like a compass. It doesn't force you to move, but it shows you the way. And as long as you follow that direction, success is always within reach. It's tempting to believe that big leaps or drastic changes are what lead to success, but in reality, it's the small, steady efforts that make the most impact. Progress often happens gradually, almost imperceptibly, and it's only when we look back that we realize how far we've come. Each day offers an opportunity to make progress, however small, toward our goals. It may seem insignificant to spend a few minutes learning something new, practicing a skill, or working on a project, but over time, these efforts compound into something remarkable. The key is consistency. When we commit to small, achievable actions each day, we're not just building skills or knowledge, we're creating momentum. This momentum grows over time, making it easier to continue on the path we've set. Consistent action, no matter how small, becomes a habit, and habits are what drive lasting change. These small efforts, when repeated consistently, create a foundation upon which bigger accomplishments are built. Imagine a writer who commits to writing just 1 page a day. In a year, they'd have a book. Or consider someone who saves a small amount of money each week. Over time, those savings grow into something substantial. It's not about a sudden windfall or a massive effort, but about the steady accumulation of small gains. This approach also brings a powerful sense of achievement. Every time you take a step, however small, you're reinforcing a positive cycle. Each action becomes a proof point, a reminder that you're capable of making progress and that you're moving closer to your goal. This steady progress builds confidence, which in turn makes it easier to continue taking action. Success is a journey, and each step you take, no matter how minor, is a part of that journey. The small wins add up and serve as fuel for the bigger goals. Each completed task, no matter how simple, gives you a sense of accomplishment and strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed. Small, consistent efforts are also sustainable. Big, ambitious moves often require a lot of energy and can be hard to maintain over time, but small steps are achievable and don't drain our energy or enthusiasm. And because they're sustainable, they're easier to keep going even when life throws challenges in our way. It's not about having the occasional burst of energy, but about creating a rhythm that can be sustained over the long term. By focusing on small, manageable efforts, we're able to keep going, and that consistency is what ultimately leads to success. The beauty of small, consistent efforts is that they create long-lasting change. When we rely on big actions or dramatic changes, the results are often short-lived, but when we build success slowly with small steps, the results are more durable. We've invested the time and energy to create a foundation, and that foundation is strong enough to support future growth. Success isn't about making giant leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps and trusting in the process. And over time, those small efforts lead to substantial, lasting rewards that go beyond what we initially imagined. The people and environments we engage with daily have a profound impact on our mindset, actions, and ultimately our success. When we consciously choose to be around those who encourage us, challenge us, and inspire us to grow, we're setting ourselves up for progress. Our relationships and surroundings can either propel us forward or hold us back. If we're surrounded by negativity, complacency, or constant criticism, it's much harder to stay motivated, let alone reach our goals. But when we surround ourselves with positive, growth-minded influences, they fuel our journey, making it easier to maintain the momentum we've worked so hard to build. Success isn't achieved in isolation, it's often a collective effort. The people we spend the most time with, friends, family, colleagues, mentors, play a critical role in shaping our attitudes and beliefs. If they support our dreams and believe in our potential, they give us the courage to aim higher and the resilience to keep going even when times are tough. However, it's not only about finding cheerleaders. Growth also comes from those who challenge us to be better, to think differently, to push beyond our comfort zones. These are the people who don't let us settle and who remind us of what we're capable of when we aim for more. Choosing these influences carefully is a powerful, intentional step toward building a successful life. In addition to people, the information and media we consume shape our mindset. Just like with relationships, we need to be selective about the messages we allow into our lives. Books, podcasts, articles, and even social media play a significant role in shaping our thoughts and attitudes. When we choose content that inspires us, educates us, and pushes us to grow, it reinforces our own beliefs and goals. On the other hand, consuming media that's filled with negativity or mindless distraction can dilute our focus and motivation. The choice of what we read, listen to, and watch is as important as the company we keep. It's the fuel for our minds, and it directly influences the quality of our thoughts and actions. Growth-driven influences create a feedback loop of motivation and encouragement. When you surround yourself with people who are also striving to improve, it creates an environment where growth is the norm. Conversations are more enriching, ideas are shared openly, and everyone's enthusiasm for progress is contagious. Being around people who are focused on growth makes it easier to stay consistent, as you're not the only one aiming higher. This collective energy builds a kind of accountability that makes it easier to stay on track. If you're struggling, your community of positive influences can offer insights, share experiences, and remind you why you started. Success is rarely a solo journey, and having a supportive environment accelerates progress. Building this circle of positive influences requires discernment. Not every person or piece of content will align with our goals, and it's okay to step back from influences that aren't constructive. It's about creating a supportive space that aligns with our values and ambitions, one that reinforces our routine and pushes us toward our goals. Surrounding ourselves with the right people and influences becomes a daily choice that, over time, amplifies our growth and keeps us on the path to success. The journey becomes more fulfilling when shared with others who believe in us, push us, and celebrate each step forward. Together, these influences form a solid foundation, creating a life that encourages growth every day, every step of the way. Success isn't a straight, unchanging path. It requires a dynamic approach that includes regular self-reflection, openness to adjustment, and renewed commitment each day. Progress doesn't happen without paying close attention to our actions and evaluating whether they are truly bringing us closer to our goals. Self-reflection gives us the chance to honestly assess our routines, identify what's working, and recognize areas that need change. This daily habit of reflection enables us to make sure our actions are aligned with our values and long-term vision, keeping us on a purposeful path towards success. Reflection helps us build awareness of our strengths, weaknesses, and areas for growth. By consistently taking the time to reflect, we get a clear picture of what we're doing well and where we might be veering off course. This isn't about dwelling on mistakes or setbacks, it's about learning from them and adjusting accordingly. If something isn't working, it's an opportunity to recalibrate, to find new strategies, and to seek better ways to move forward. Success isn't about getting everything right from the start, but about the willingness to adapt and grow as we learn more about ourselves and the journey ahead. Once we identify areas that need change, the next step is adjustment. It's easy to fall into routines that may have once worked but are no longer effective. Adjusting doesn't mean abandoning a goal, it means refining the steps we take to reach it. Small tweaks like changing the time of day we work on a project, shifting our approach, or even adding new habits to our routine can make a big difference. Being adaptable allows us to respond to life's inevitable changes without losing sight of our goals. This adaptability is essential for long-term success because it ensures that we're always moving forward, even if the route changes along the way. Finally, commitment to the process is what ties it all together. Reflection and adjustment mean nothing without a daily decision to commit, to recommit, and to stay focused on the journey. Success requires dedication to the process, not just to the outcome. When we understand that every day is a new opportunity to improve and realign with our goals, we build a resilient mindset that is prepared to face challenges and continue forward. Committing daily to this process reinforces our determination, making it less likely for temporary setbacks to derail our progress. This daily rhythm of reflecting, adjusting, and committing creates a cycle that strengthens our focus, sharpens our strategies, and solidifies our habits. We become more attuned to what we need to succeed, more flexible in our approach, and more resolved to reach our destination. Over time, this process of continual improvement becomes second nature. With each day that we choose to reflect, make adjustments, and commit again to our journey, we're building a sustainable path to success that isn't shaken by obstacles but strengthened by them.